So last night around 7 p.m., I'm just sitting there and scrolling through the internet, and I get a notification on Discord that Activision has posted all of the information for the Season 2 Battle Pass. Now, I don't think that this was supposed to be posted last night. I think someone clicked the wrong button and put it up a little bit early, but here we are. So this landing page on the Activision website tells us how much the Battle Pass is going to cost, what's going to be in it, what the new weapons are, and even tells us that Ghost, yes, is going to be part of the Battle Pass. There is going to be no extra charge if you get the Battle Pass to actually get Ghost, which is insane because I thought he'd be a separate bundle altogether. So even just in this original landing video, it's a very short video and it's on repeat here. You can see Ghost in it, you can see a bunch of new character skins, but also another big thing is the map. It appears as though this is a new ground war map, and it kind of looks a little bit like Rust in the background. Possibly Rust will be a part of the map, but the reason why we know it's a ground war map is because you can actually see one of the characters driving around on an ATV. So some sort of deserty ground war map is going to be coming at the beginning of Season 2, which is pretty cool. Now, speaking of maps, also last night, Call of Duty added to their little card that they gave out when we went to the reveal event way back in like August or whenever that was. And on this card, it now updates to show an image of Rust. So now Rust is 100% confirmed. It is coming. I'm not sure whether it's going to be part of the ground war map or not. Now, the one thing is in the bottom right of this little card, there's actually some coordinates. So I put these coordinates into Google Maps and it leads to off the coast of Georgia, a country that really has nothing to do with Call of Duty. So I don't know whether or not Rust is going to take place there, but I found it interesting that it pretty much led to nowhere. The next new thing is 2 new weapons. So this is a big one, probably the biggest thing that got leaked on this page. And it's interesting because it doesn't say for sure that they're going to be free like they were in Season 1, but I'm willing to bet that they will be. So there's basically going to be 20 tiers within the Battle Pass that are free, and then about 80 that you have to pay for, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But these 2 new weapons are going to be a part of those 20 free ones, I would assume. And these 2 new weapons are the GRAU 556, we'll talk about it a bit more in a second, and the Striker 45, which is of course the UMP 45, which I loved in Modern Warfare 2 so damn much. So both of these weapons have fake names. They didn't use real weapon names. Starting off with the GRAU 45, the description of it here is lightweight, maneuverable, and full of potential. Now, if you look at the image here, this kind of looks like an SMG, but we know it's a 5.56 weapon, so I'm guessing it's going to fall into the assault rifle category, and it's going to be a very fast moving, so assumably is going to have a very fast aim down sights time, fast sprint out time, deal less damage, and probably have a fast fire rate for the assault rifle category. I'm guessing it'll be pretty decent, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. The second weapon is called the Striker 45. The description is hard-hitting, long-range SMG. This is, of course, a UMP 45 that we saw back in Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. Looks a little bit different, but definitely recognizable. It sounds like this one's going to be a lower recoil, longer range SMG, probably with a slower fire rate. I'm kind of interested to see how this kind of plays into the meta. The only other slow-firing SMG we have right now is the Uzi, and it's not that great, so I'm curious to see how the UMP 45, or sorry, the Striker 45 fits in. The next thing that we see is an advertisement for Ghost. It says, new operator Ghost. Wreak havoc as Ghost, the iconic and intimidating Special Forces operator, available instantly by purchasing the Battle Pass. So for this character, for Ghost, it appears as though you're going to actually have to buy the Battle Pass. It won't just be something that is free as soon as you get the Battle Pass or as soon as Season 2 starts. So you'll actually have to purchase it and then you'll be given Ghost. We'll talk about the prices of the Battle Pass in a minute. Now, this is also the first time we've actually seen a full image of Ghost. The first thing that I noticed is on his left arm, you can see the British flag or the Union Jack on his left arm. Hence, Simon Riley, the British character, is going to be once again Ghost. Now, we can have a whole separate other video talking about whether we think this is Alex or any other character, but for right now, we're just going to go with Simon Riley. As far as the look of the character in this game, it's definitely a lot different different than previously what we saw in Modern Warfare 2. The mask is much different looking, and I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Do you like this version better, or do you like the Modern Warfare 2 Ghost better? The next thing that we see here is it says that 1,300 Call of Duty points will be available upon the purchase of the Battle Pass. What this means is if you buy the Battle Pass, you get to tier 100, there's 1,300 COD points that you can potentially get by leveling up all the way. Now, the real reason why I wanted to show you this little slide is because that coin with Ghost's face on it looks bad ass. Now, that being said, the 1,300 COD points is a big deal because if we actually look at the pricing model of the Battle Pass, we see that it is once again exactly the same as Season 1. So what I mean by that is you can buy just the Battle Pass alone for 1,000 COD points. That gives you the entire Battle Pass. You have to level up through all 100 levels, or for 2,400 COD points, you get the Battle Pass plus 20 tiers. So essentially it's like buying the exact same thing, but instead of starting at tier 0, you start at tier 20. I kind of think buying this is a little bit pointless if you're just going to play the game anyway, but if you were planning on buying all of the tiers, this is definitely a good deal for you. So now that we know the price of the Battle Pass, we know the 2 weapons that we are getting in it, what else is in the Battle Pass? So this slide says over 80 additional items, acquire XP tokens, watches, and more for just playing. So this is kind of what we were talking about before, 20 free items and then 80 items when you actually buy the Battle Pass. Now, looking into the background here, we can see a lot of cool stuff. First of all, a lot of weapon blueprints, which is good to see. You can see the crappy stuff like, for example, stickers and emblems and calling cards and stuff like that, but there's also lots of COD points, 1,300 COD points, double XP, double weapon XP, and one cool thing that I wanted to point out. If you look in the top, just above the word items there, it appears as though there's an emblem sitting there that is the Task Force 141 logo. Now, we already talked about this in a previous video, so I'm not going to go too far into this, but it's kind of cool how they're incorporating Task Force 141. So then it also gives us a little bit closer look at some of the things that are being added. So more weapon blueprints, legendary, epic, rare blueprints to expand your arsenal. What we're looking at here appears to be a blueprint of the Mark II. It looks actually pretty damn good. One of the better blueprints I've seen so far. And then of course there is going to be more operator skins as well. The one thing I will say is back in the back right there, I almost didn't recognize this character, but this is Reigns, who is already in Modern Warfare. I thought this was going to be our second new operator, which we'll talk more about in a second. But this is actually just Reigns looking absolutely jacked. You can actually see it in that image that I showed you before with Ghost in there as well. Reigns just in the back there looking like an absolute unit. So this is essentially the Battle Pass. This is what we're going to be getting in Season 2 as far as like the smaller microtransaction things go. Now, I will say there is also going to be bundle items on top of all of this, and they haven't showed us any of the bundle items that are going to be coming during Season 2. Not even the other specialist character, which is interesting. Now, keep in mind, we haven't seen a trailer or anything like that for Season 2 yet. All we've seen is this website that they put up by accident. Speaking of which, since I started to make this video, the website has now been taken down. If you go to the link which before led to the Season 2 Battle Pass, it just shows off the Season 1 Battle Pass items. So clearly, Activision put the website up a little bit too early. So what does this leave us with? First of all, we already knew that Ghost was coming back with Season 2, and on top of that, today, Rust basically got 100% confirmed. On top of that, with the Battle Pass, the 2 new weapons that we're getting are the GRAU 556, which is an AR, and the Striker 45, which is the return of form of the UMP 45. On top of that, we're going to be getting a very similar Battle Pass to Season 1 with 100 different tiers, some free tiers with assumably the weapons, as well as 80 other tiers that you have to spend money on. 1,000 COD points if you just want the Battle Pass, or 2,400 COD points if you want the Battle Pass with 20 extra tiers. Now, I think we can also expect a lot more than that. New game modes, first of all, and then with Season 1, we got 2 6v6 maps plus a third coming later, which was Shipment, a ground war map, and 2 gunfight maps. As of right now, all that's been confirmed is Rust, so I think we can expect some more on top of that. So this is everything that we have seen so far with Season 2, the Battle Pass, the maps, Ghost, but I'm assuming we're going to be getting some more soon. So as always, if you enjoyed the video, found it informative, I always appreciate it if you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, like what you see, make sure you subscribe, turn notifications on, as it's the best way to stay up to date on everything Modern Warfare. And finally, let me know what you think of Season 2 down in the comments below. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.